by the time you're done with internship, the questions you ask your patients in history taking should show that, okay, this person is thinking of, so many things. You know the different sounds, because how many times do people just write S1, S2, heard no murmur, but there was actually like a very audible murmur that they missed. C-sections. Don't let your internship finish before you do at least one Caesar from start to finish by yourself. You've just celebrated getting through 6 or so years of stress, turmoil, pain, and your hard work finally paid off. But you were a student for all those years, and now suddenly you're expected to be a capable and competent doctor. You are literally responsible for people's lives. Medical internship can make you or totally break you. It's survival of the fittest. Internship is that period you use to bridge the gap between what you learned in med school, what you don't know, and what you need to know as a doctor. It's such a crucial period as it determines the outcome of your career in medicine. So, where do you do your internship? How do you decide that? What rotations do you start with? What do you need to prepare? What things do you need to know before you start your internship? What do you need to make sure you know before you finish your internship? How do you study during internship? How do you balance studying and working? Your mental health? Navigating all the things you didn't get taught in school but are expected to know? Join me on my YouTube channel as I talk about all things internship related in a series of videos this month. Subscribe to my channel and have your notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the videos. Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the 4th video of the medical internship series. I hope you guys have been enjoying so far. We are halfway, we're actually more than halfway. So far in this series, I have showed you guys and given you guys ideas and tips and tricks and just insight into so many things regarding medical internship and internship experience as a whole. In the first video, we spoke about how to decide on where to do your internship and where to go. In the next video, we discussed what things you need to prepare and how you need to prepare for your internship. And the third video, we talked about all the things you can expect, how to start your internship, how to do your rotations, how to study, and all of that. If you've missed all those videos, do check the links in the description box, as well as on the screen right now, as well as at the end of the video. But in today's video, which is the 4th video, I thought I'd actually just take this time and use this video to answer a frequently asked question, and that is, what do I need to know during my internship? What do I need to learn and make sure I know or do before my internship ends? So I know a lot of you right now are preparing for your internship, and I know a lot of you have already started your internship. So what do you need to make sure you do, while you're still an intern, while you still have that chance? Because this is something that only comes once in a lifetime. Let's get right into it. The first thing you need to know is like knowledge-wise, right? Before we even get to like other things in terms of how to grow as a person, what things you should have accomplished by the end of internship, what you need to have done, knowledge, basic knowledge. Internship is that year you used to bridge the gap after med school. You were a student and then being a doctor. Something needs to connect those two things, and that is intern year. So you need to learn how to take a proper history, not just what are you feeling, how long have you been feeling it for, oh, the headache, how did it start, what did you do, where does it hurt, here, is it associated with nausea, any vomiting, any visual disturbance, things like that. You need to ask, by the time you're done with internship, the questions you ask your patients in history taking should show that, okay, this person is thinking of, so many things and trying to eliminate certain differential diagnoses. And so there's that. Do you know how to take history in regards to like cranial nerves? Do you know how to take history in regards to the GU system? Things of that sort. And while we're speaking of different systems, do you know how to examine a patient properly? Do you know how to do cranial nerve examination? Do you know how to do a CNS exam? Do you know the different sounds? Because how many times do people just write S1, S2, heard no murmur, but there was actually like a very audible murmur that they missed? How many times do we write equal good air entry bilaterally, no creps, no wheezes, but this person has coarse creps that are audible without even a stethoscope? How many times do you palpate the abdomen and miss the spleen when it's actually right there? Hepatomegaly, all those things. How do you palpate the kidneys? Can you do that? The musculoskeletal system, do you know how to identify different things? If you see lesions on the hand, do you know what differential diagnosis you can think of? You need to open your mind as an intern and take in all the information that you can get, so that later on when you go and specialize, you can then narrow it down. But a lot of interns tend to want to do the narrowed down learning before learning all the information, and later on that becomes a problem. Obviously you need to know the common diseases. I have talked about AIDS a lot in this series. A lot of the common things like hypertension, diabetes, heart diseases, the complications, the medications, their doses, how to titrate their doses. Those are things you need to know, because your internship here, you're kind of like coddled and babied, because there's people to fall back on. If something happens, you have your MO, the senior registrar, the specialist, the whole team can be blamed. But once you're done with internship, once you're like BMO on duty, that is now your responsibility. And you don't want to be that MO that doesn't know anything. The interns just, don't respect you because you don't know anything, because you never took your own internship seriously. I've already said this, but I want to say it again. If you guys want me to do another series where I go into detail, like for obs and gynae, what do you need to know? What are the important things? Let me know and I'll consider doing that. I've been thinking about it, but I wasn't sure if you guys would be interested in it. So I want to know if that's something that would interest you guys, then I'll be sure to do that after this series. So in terms of skills and procedures, there's definitely some basic things you need to know as an intern. By the time you're done with your internship, you should definitely have no problems doing blood sampling, whether it's femoral, arterial, whatever kind of blood sampling, you should be able to do it. Putting in cannulas, not only just in the easy veins, but like sometimes even in the neck if you have to, can you insert like jugular cannulas, C-sections. Don't let your internship finish before you do at least one Caesar from start to finish by yourself. I know people that did internship and never even assisted in a C-section, and that is so sad. But anyway, do Caesars, do as many deliveries as you can, do evacuations of the uterus after miscarriage, manage PPH, all those basic things that are like big deals. Know how to do that, because as a person, why are you finishing internship without having done a C-section, without having done evacuation, without having delivered a baby? You get what I'm trying to say. In gynae, maybe also learn how to remove an IUCD and put an IUCD as well. Learn how to do lumbar punctures, ascitic taps, pleural taps, insert a chest drain. I did a lot of chest drains and a lot of central lines. Applying POPs and removing POPs. Catheterization, very basic. Can you put an SPC? Can you do it ultrasound guided? Ultrasound guided cannula insertion as well, blood sampling as well, suturing, as well as just like minor ops like lumpectomies, the basic things that everyone needs to know. Make sure you know those things. Apart from like skills and knowledge aside, make sure your heads of departments like you. This is very important, because you don't want to get to the end of internship and it's time to get your logbook signed, or if you guys are unlucky like the way we had at the end of the internship, we have a meeting with all the heads of departments and the specialists, and every single one must say something about you, and they start telling you he was always late, he wasn't serious, he was slippery, things of that sort. This literally happened. Or do you want to be on the other side where you're being told she's wonderful, she's the best, she's brilliant, Make sure that, I'm not saying go and suck up to your heads of department, but I'm saying do your job so well that they can't help but notice you, that your work speaks for itself, that you don't have to go and introduce yourself. I'm Natalie. Every time you're in the department, who are you again? They don't even know you. But when you do your work well, when you work well with your patients and you manage your patients well, you work well with the team, they will just know you and they will like you and they will definitely respect you. Not only just like that, but you'll definitely need references for your CV. You definitely need someone to vouch for you when you're trying to apply for jobs. And if your heads of departments cannot put themselves as references on your CVs, then who are you going to put? Because you need a name that, a big name that holds water. Also, if your heads of departments like you, it's easier for you to get a job in that hospital, because if you apply for a job in the hospital that you've been working at, obviously the first people that they're going to ask is the heads of departments. Let's say you've applied for a position in obs and gynae, and then the head of obs and gynae in that hospital doesn't even know you. Chances of you getting that job are very slim, right? But if he knows you, he likes you, he's worked well with you, that job is as good as yours. So also on that same point, make connections, make good relationships, professional ones, and friendly ones maybe with people in the hospital that you're working with, because you never know where those connections might lead you in the future. You never know what you might do with those connections. The work that I'm doing now, I refer, and I have a lot of people referring patients to me because we're dealing in something that's very specialized. And so people refer, oh, go and see this person, go and see this person. But sometimes because maybe they can't afford the services or for whatever other reason, I can always refer back to other people because I've worked with this person and I know how they work. And you can bring those people. And this is helpful for those later on that want to start their own practices. If you worked well with people, you will get a lot of patients from those people. But if no one liked you, no one is going to refer their patients to you. You get my point? So before the internship ends, make sure that you have your logbook signed. Don't be that person that waits until the end of internship to sign and fill your logbook and get your signatures. That is very silly. And also just like showing a lack of seriousness on your part. As an intern, when you're done with the department, take your logbook to the people that need to sign it and to the head of department and get it stamped immediately, so that by the time you're done with your internship in your last rotation, all you have to do is get the signatures for the last rotation. Have your reference letters ready. As soon as you're like approaching the last 3 months of your internship, start going back to those specialists and HODs that liked you and worked well with you, and ask them to start writing you reference letters to attach and have in your CV, in your resume, whatever you guys call it, wherever you are. If you have a post-internship exam, study. Don't be that person that waits until the end and start studying then, because it might not end well for you. And also start finding a job. Don't wait until internship is completely done and you have nothing to do and then that's when you start finding a job. No. Finding a job, no matter how good you are, might not be as simple as you think it is. You might be a great hire, but at that point, they might not be in a position to hire. So you need to start putting yourself out there earlier so that even if they weren't considering, by the time that they do start considering, you're at the top of their list, because you've sent your things earlier than most people have. And so that's basically all I have to say in terms of things that you need to do and know before your internship. I don't want to make this video too long because obviously there's a lot of things in terms of knowledge and we can sit here and talk and talk and talk and I can lecture you guys forever and ever, but these are the most important things that I thought I should just highlight. At the bare minimum, do these things before you finish your internship. Learn these things before you finish your internship. Like I already said, internship is basically preparation for the rest of your life in the medical career. So take it seriously. Don't play around and fool around and then wake up in the last month and realize, oh crap, my life is over. Don't be that person. Be serious from get-go. It's only a year, 2 years at most. Make the most of it and get it over and done with. So that was this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys got something from it. If you missed the other 3 videos where I talked about how to choose where to do your internship, how to prepare for your internship, what to expect in your internship, do you watch those videos? The links will be in the description box as well as at the end of the video. Otherwise, in the next video, I will be giving you guys my internship experience. I'll be comparing my internship experience in Botswana, in Tanzania, in public versus private, what I learned, my mistakes, the things that worked for me, and what I advise you guys to do based off those experiences. So I really hope you guys will stay tuned for that video. Otherwise, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know if you have any questions, any suggestions, anything that is useful that you want to just put in the comment section. Please put it there. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.